Welcome to AnrdOvin Mini, an entry-level data collecting software designed by and for Canadian sheep farmers by the designer of EweManage. Since 2009, Canadian sheep farmers have relied on the power of EweManage to improve their performance. AnrdOvin Mini can be used on any Android phone or tablet and is tailored to smaller sheep farmers desiring to easily collect farming data. This video is made in 3 sections. First, it will show you how to install, then how to use the software, and the third section optional for those who want to report to CCIA, the Canadian Traceability Organization. But first, to install, we have to go through your web browser to the website ewemanage.com, and then you will see under the download tab a section that is called AnrdOvin Mini. And all you have to do from your phone or your Android tablet, double click on AnrdOvin Mini to download it on your tablet. Now this will show in your download directory, and double click on the icon to install it. And once installed, you can open it. It will not require any specific access. Once opened, it will tell you that you need an activation key and bring you to the configuration menu where you see your mobile ID. To get the key, just hold your finger on that and it creates a mail in which I encourage you to enter your farm name, contact, and so on, and click on the send button. This will send me a mail and you will get your invoice, and after it's being paid, I will return to you the activation key in a mail. So you open your mail and then just copy the activation key here by holding it, or any other method, holding it in your activation key zone there, and paste the number, and then click on the keyboard there just to accept the number. You have to do enter and close the application to accept the key. You reopen it then and you will see that now your system is activated. So flip the main screen to the right and access the setup button to set up your application. Now the next thing you have to do is to tell the system if you want to be declaring to CCIA or not. If you do, you have to enter your number with CCIA, which is A with 7-digit number, your premises ID number with the province letter, your username and password. And that will create, when you return, you will see that there is a button allowing you to declare your animals to CCIA when you do, for example, like newborns, or you do have like death or animals sold to an abattoir or to the auction. So the next screen will show you that button there, allowing you to declare. But now what we're going to do, just to show up how to use the system, we'll use the non-declared function, so for people that don't want to declare to CCIA, and you see that the button is no longer there. So here we're going to do, first of all, we're going to enter tag number. Obviously the system is empty right now, so it's asking you if you want to create the animal. If you say yes, you can enter the data ID, i.e. your alias, the birth date, the birth status, the sex, the breed type, what group you want to put it in. And once it's completed, all you have to do is click on the save button and your animal has been created. It's as simple as that. You can use, we'll create another one. You can use a reader if you want, using serial magic keys as or serial magic gear, sorry, in the Android mode, to connect any reader to your system. But now the next section, I'll show you a new feature that is being designed right now. Will not be available up front in the first release, but in the next release it's coming, which allows you to connect a reader without any other software, like today we have to use serial magic gear, but directly on the application. So to do that, you will have a Bluetooth button in the bottom of the screen. You just click on it and then click on the list Bluetooth device, it will list all the Bluetooth that are accessible by your mobile. And in my case here, I do have an LPR reader. So I just select that by clicking on the line. If it's the first time, it may ask you for your association password, which usually is either default or 1234. And once it's accepted, you have to wait for the IP address to show up there. Then when you return to the main menu, you can scan any tag and the process is the same. It's asking you if you want to create the animal or if you just want to ignore it. So if you create, the animal is added to your system. So here we have we have created a couple of animals there. If I go in the list button, it will show you that we have I think 5 animals created in the database up front. So you can list by sex if you want, or by creation date, but that's up to you. So a couple activities there. First of all, we're going to do some breedings with the animals we have. So when you breed, first of all, you have to enter the RAM number, either by scanning or by entering the last 9 digits of the tag there. So you enter your RAM, and then in the U section, you scan or you enter your U. And we've defined also a group and a breeding date, obviously. And all you have to do is click on the Save button. You can also use the alias as your number, but you need a number in the tag section. So you have a button that's called Autosave. That allows you in several screens, you will see the same function there to just scan the animal and it will automatically save the data. So here, if we check what breeding we did on today's date, it will just list the breeding with the RAM that we've used. Next activity, we're going to scan these U's, and the scanning screen is fairly simple. You scan the animal, and depending upon the status, you click, if it's full, you click pregnant, you click positive, if not, negative. If you're not sure, well, obviously it's the unsure button. And as for the other functions, in the list mode, you will be able to see the result of your pregnancy scan activities there for either a date or any other date that you might select. So next activity, we're going to do some lambings. So you scan your U, and you will see if a breeding activity has been done. You will see the ram that it's been bred with. To add a new lamb, click the new lamb button. You're being proposed with stillborn. If you want to keep it, you just click on Save. If you want to just enter a new animal, just scan the animal or enter the number, enter the breed type, if it's born as a single, twin, or whatever status. For the sex and the weight, you just have to click the plus and minus button or the sex button, and then the Save. I'm going to do a third one here just by entering the number. Select the breed type, the born status, the birth status, sorry, the sex, and the weight. You can add also comments in the bottom. There's several comments already built in there. And then you save, and you have a button there that says progeny. You can see all the lambs that have been created there, and you can access them to modify any data that you want. Either if the mother is not the proper one, the father, whatever, or the birth date or the weight, you can change whatever you want there. So you can, when you return, have a list of the stillborn or a list of the newborn as you desire to see. The next feature is weighing animals. So we're going to weigh a couple. Now, mind you, don't look at the dates because I've done everything in the same date, so it's kind of weird. But the last weight for this animal was 24 kilos, and I'm adding a weight here. And if you want to see the ADG or the average daily gain, just click on the button and the ADG will appear in the blue section there. So when it's weighed, just click Save. And when you will be scanning your animals to see their full record, you will see that the last weight and the last ADG will always show up as shown here on this animal when it's scanned from the main menu. So again, back to the main menu, we can do disposals. Same principle, you select where you want to dispose, abattoir or auction, and enter your sales premises ID, and just scan the animal and click save as the animal is scanned. You also, like for other activities, have an autosave button that you can use. So this button will allow you just to scan your animal, and it will automatically save the information that you've entered there. Now for the disposals, when you go into the list mode here, you can just simply list your sales, or you can also edit them by the other button in the list there, which allows you to create a disposal file. The disposal file will appear in your AnrdOvin directory of your mobile, and this file will contain the list of animals that you're sending to the abattoir or the auction, and allow you to either send it to whoever you want by email, by attaching it to email, or just print it, just to have a list of what you're sending to the outside there. You can also form groups with the system just by selecting the group that you want to put them in. Now, if the group doesn't appear in the list, you have a button down there that says add a group, and it brings you to the group management or the list management. Click on new group, enter the number, acknowledge what you've just done. You might have to just shut down the system and reload it to accept the new group. And then the group will appear in your list, and you just scan the animal to change the group. You also have, I will not show it here, but you have a button to change tags if you want, if an animal loses tags. So the animal that we just scan in the group 1, 2, 3, you see when we scan is full record that the group name is now changed. In the that section, fairly easy again. Enter an animal by tag or by alias. Enter the cause of death and just confirm your disposal here as a dead animal. In the list mode, it allows you to list your death by and having the death causes there, which is kind of useful if you want to find if you have a special problem in your barn. When you return to the main menu and you scan the dead animal, you will see that the status now is no longer in barn, obviously, but is now status dead. In the main menu on the right hand side, the 3 little dots there, you can also opt to delete the record if you want. If you don't want to keep your dead animal in your database, just delete, and the animal will just completely disappear from your database there. So that completes this section. Now, a little addendum for those who want to declare to CCIA. As I mentioned before, this is a Canadian system, and most people now will have to declare at least when they get rid of animals. So again, flip to the right, go to your setup, and make sure that you enter the information under the CCIA, which opens the box to enter your producer number, the A letter with the 7-digit, your premises ID, your username, and password to CCIA CLTS. So just click to accept all the information, come back to the system, and you'll see that the declaration button is there. So you see right now, when we have an animal that's been created without this feature, it's already created as in barn. Now let's do a lambing, a new lambing with a new animal, and I'll show you what the status will be and how it's changed. So we'll scan this animal ending with 968. We'll just save and go to his record. It says, you see the status now shows newborn not declared. So you go back to the main menu in the declaration section. You can declare one by one or a whole bunch together, it doesn't matter. Clicking the lambing button, it's doing the declaration to CCIA, and when we go back to the record of this animal, the status now is in barn, meaning that it's been declared to CCIA. So in conclusion, AnrdOvin Mini was designed for people that don't need full reporting, but if you do and you want to migrate to EweManage one day, don't worry, all the information that you've recorded there or collected over years is available to transfer to the full EweManage program. Thank you for watching.